Hi, in today's video, Zillow announces that they're going to stop their iBuyer program. Okay, what does that mean to the overall housing market? Do they know something that we don't know? And how does that impact you if you're buying a home in the Omaha market? Well, we're going to talk about that in today's video, and we're going to start right now. My name is David Matney with Nebraska Realty. I'm a local realtor here in Omaha, Nebraska. Now, if this is your first time here to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button if you don't mind giving this video a thumbs up and ding that bell for notifications so you're notified of each week that I publish a video. Now, let's jump into today's topic. Okay, the way the iBuyer program worked was Zillow was going directly to the consumer, to a seller, and saying, hey, we'll buy your home for $300,000 and we'll pay cash and we'll make it very convenient. And they bought a whole bunch of these in different markets: Minneapolis, Phoenix, Dallas, and Houston, for example. And then what happened was their plan was we're going to buy their home for $300,000, give them a cash offer, and then we're going to do some light cosmetic work, and then turn around and sell it for a profit, just like HGTV. Okay, but it didn't quite work out that way. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen with you. Okay, and here we have Zillow's CEO, Rich Barton, and he'll explain kind of what happened.
But this was a necessary decision. We just determined that being an iBuyer was too risky, too volatile.
Okay, so they found out that it isn't like it is on HGTV, that there is risk involved. It doesn't always work out the way it's planned. Okay, and a couple things that go along with that, and that is, what about finding the contractors to do the light cosmetic work? Then you got to pull the permits and that sort of thing, depend on what they're doing, and the materials have to be available. So they did do one thing right, and that is, when you're in a hole, the first rule of hole digging is that if you're in a hole is to quit digging. Okay, and so that's what they're doing. Some of these homes, they're buying it in a hot seller's market, so they're paying a premium for these properties, and they're not investing, they're speculating. Okay, and there's kind of a saying that goes like this in the stock market, that bears make money and bulls make money and hogs get slaughtered. So they thought it sounds easy, and in a hot market they'll be able to ride this wave, and then it turned around to bite them. And then if you look at their stock price closed down 24% in a day. So their stock took a huge hit. And then they announced this earlier this week, and if you just look at the last 5 days, early Tuesday, you would have paid $97 a share for Zillow. And then today, that very same purchase, you'd have bought the same stock for $65 a share. So the market confirmed that this wasn't a good idea, because it doesn't make sense if you buy a house for $300 and now they're selling them below what they paid for it. That's not how you make money in real estate. So they took a hit on that. Now, does that have any, there's some folks out there on YouTube thinking, well, is this an early indication of the market crashing? And I don't think so. I think it's just a matter of they made a poor decision in terms of a business plan, in terms of doing this. Now, nobody can predict the future. Okay, real estate is a get rich slowly process. It's not something that HGTV makes it look real easy, but it's more involved with that. You can do the right thing at the wrong time. Okay, and the other thing too is, when you're looking at real estate, case in point, you're not going to find a perfect deal. Okay, you want to do your research and find a good deal, but you're not going to find a perfect deal. So if you're an investor waiting for that perfect deal, then the market is going to pass you by. Okay, you might be able to find a good deal, but you're not going to find a perfect deal. And then there's other people that make the mistake investing that they get house fever, that, oh, they have to buy, it's exciting, blah, 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 blah. And they're moving, moving, moving. They have to buy, they have to buy. No, it's okay. Sometimes it's okay to hold back and say, hey, you know what? I'm not going to buy right now. So you got to, it's over time. Okay. Um, and I want to share something with you as well. And that is, I was out showing an investor a property for $150,000 uh, in the Benson area in Omaha, Nebraska. And we looked at that house and it was $150,000. And I kind of had to chuckle a little bit because just right down the street, about 3 doors down, was a house that I almost bought back in the late 90s. And it was $28,000 back then. Well, now that very same property would be well over 150. It was a real nice little property. But at the time, boy, that 28,000 seemed like a boatload of money. So today's high prices are tomorrow's good deals. Okay. Now, sometimes people will let a deal go over, you know, I can't remember the specifics of that deal, but if I would have bought it for $30,000, I would have made money on it. And guess what? If I would have paid $35,000 for it, I still would have made money. It would have been better if I paid 20 for it. Okay. But overall, it's over time. Okay. Now maybe I bought it for 28,000 and maybe there were some major issues with it and I could have lost my shirt. You never can tell over time. Who knows what the future holds? Okay. But anyway, that's how this affects the Omaha market. Right now in the Omaha market, we currently have 970 active homes on the market in Douglas and Sarpy County. Now, normally we sell about 1,000 homes each month. So we have less than 1 month supply of homes on the market. Folks are moving to the Omaha area because of our economy and our cost of living. And there's a lot of good things going on in the Omaha area. So there's a lot of folks that are like, hey, you know what? I'm tired of some of this craziness on the coast and that sort of thing. And they're coming to the Omaha area and they're liking it. And then we even have out of town investors that are investing in the Omaha area because they can get a lot more bang for their buck. When you look at, and this is the median closed price in the Omaha area, back in January of 2016, the median closed price was $160,000. Well, fast forward, October 2021, that median closed sale price was $252. So if you're on the sidelines waiting for the market to crash, the market is going to pass you by. Okay. And let's say the market does take a hit. That doesn't mean you have to sell. Okay. If you're buying investment property and, let's say it does go down in value, but you got a solid renter in there and you're making positive cash flow, meaning that the rent is covering the cost of financing and your expenses, and you're positive cash flowing at that. If the market takes a little bit of a hit, hey, who cares? You only have lost money when you have sold. Okay. And people have to live somewhere. Okay. So real estate investing is a long-term process. But if you get into real estate speculation like Zillow did, boy, you can get your ass handed to you. So keep that in mind if you're thinking about jumping into the market. If you have any questions, you make it a great day.